Summertime, and the living is easy. Fans spread over the wings, and into the skies. But till the morning, there's nothing can harm me. With daddy and mommy standing by.
For the young musicians, the students, to learn about the Cuban music, they can get inside Latin and Afro-Cuban music, because it's not the same to play jazz music or classic music, because it's different. The idea, the accents, the origin, the mystery of the Cuban music is very different, because our culture is a blend with African people and Spanish, and that fusion is very, very interesting. The result is very hot. You can see, for example, a conga in the street, not the instrument. I'm speaking about the rhythm. In the carnival, people dancing in the street, 1,000 people dancing, and only with 2-3 congas and a bell. And also in rumba, guaguancó, yambú, and Colombia, you feel something very in the middle of Spain and Africa. Because las dianas, the first part of the guaguancó, is same like Spain. Benefit for the young musicians in Canada to learn, to know about the Cuban music in many meanings. It's very profound, because it's a door to get inside in the Cuban culture. It's not only social, not only musical, it's the culture, the idiosyncrasy of the Cuban people, the mystery of the Cuban people. Some people think that the Cuban music is very difficult. It's real, it's true. But it's very important how you teach. For example, I am traveling with Alina Orraca, director of choirs in Cuba, and very important for us. He has a way, and in 45 minutes he can have a ready choir singing Cuban music, very special music. Why? Because she has a presence, she has a vibration, he has Cuba inside. And when she teaches, the young people, the students receive something, some vibration that they receive as something mystery. It's something very difficult to explain, but at the end of the class, they are singing Cuban music.
Nos mandan que nos paremos, nos tenemos que parar. Nos mandan que nos sentemos, nos tenemos que sentar. Ta ta caramba, ritmosamente. Bravo, bravo.
Art is magic thing. It's not only that I tell you, the music is something and you do the same. No, no, no. The way I give my knowledge is the way that I convince the people. And it doesn't matter if it's difficult or not. The problem is how I teach, how I arrive to the result To convince the people that it's not difficult, it's very easy. And you saw today and every day the Guajira Guantanamera, that for somebody is difficult, but at last they play Guantanamera, and the boys playing drums and conga and every instrument, they catch the accent and the intention of the Cuban music.
By way of an intro, I went to Cuba a number of years ago when I was working as a trumpet player before I became a teacher, and said to myself, if I'm ever a teacher, I'm bringing students to Cuba. Musically, I think in all of my travels, it's probably one of the most musical cultures going. This is one of those ones that's of a lifetime. It doesn't happen again. You get to go with people your own age to a foreign country, especially a country that's immersed in music, like Cuba, and work with people who are incredible educators and incredible musicians. It's really about energy for me. It's about students having an opportunity to work with real culture bearers. As a music teacher, I'm a generalist, and I bring this universe of musical concepts and constructs to students. But I can only do sort of a PBS version, if you will, bringing in actual people who bring and bear the culture for students to experience, creates a real connection for kids. And isn't that what we're trying to do? I facilitate this kind of learning, but the real learning that happened today was watching Elena and Bobby be real about this music and show students that it's important that your interests guide your footsteps. So you can go where you want to go and you can experience what you want to experience. And there's a whole world of professionals and musicians and culture that go way beyond Oakville and Ontario and Canada, and that it's really, really, really important to get out there and experience it in your lifetime. That and the fact that they can do it. Bobby has alluded to earlier on that it's not as hard as people think it is. Certainly the education that's going on in classrooms across this province, across the country, gives all of the foundational work so that students can start to experience Afro-Cuban music. It's really about some concept building, which isn't particularly hard for music teachers and generalists to do. And then having a culture bearer, somebody who understands and lives the culture intimately, come into your classroom and put the pieces together for your students. Your students already have the composite knowledge. If they're working in your instrumental programs or their vocal programs, they already have everything that they need. And having someone like Bobby or Elena bring their expertise to allow the students to take their toolbox and use it in a new, genuine way. It's the genuine way that a culture bearer brings their experience that allows for students to feel like they really are experiencing that culture. I teach Latin music with the jazz band or the vocal jazz group in the school, and I certainly do my best. But I'm a Canadian who grew up in Toronto. Taking that skill set and learning from someone who is from Cuba, and in fact traveling to Cuba, which is the epitome of these experiences, allows for students to feel like they are fully integrated into that culture subset. And they become stronger people. What's the point of music programs in our country? Our point is to help students live fabulous lives. We're not here to create the next realm of musician, and certainly we do that and we facilitate that. But all of the other students who are going to buy Cuban music, going to travel with their families to Cuba when they get older, who are going to go out to listen to music in their communities, that's essentially what we're called to do as music educators, is provide that inkling, that one little moment of this is out there and you should go and check it out, so that students, when they leave our hallowed halls, know that there's a whole world that they can experience on their own, that gives them the energy and the drive to know that it's important to do that.
best thing to do if you can show them to dance, and we'll play them.
So, because I was trying to show you a little bit how to dance, but I'm not very good at it yet.
1, 2, 3, 4.